I'm Sarah with STOA Education. Look, most traders are on this endless hunt, right? Chasing the perfect method, the holy grail system. But what if I told you the single most powerful variable in your trading, it isn't on your charts at all? It's you. And today we're going to break down exactly why the simple act of watching yourself is your greatest and most overlooked trading edge. So let me just ask you this straight up. How can something as ridiculously simple as watching yourself, your habits, your thoughts, your actions, how can that completely change your trading results? It sounds almost too simple to be true, doesn't it? Well, the answer isn't hidden in some obscure trading book. Believe it or not, it's in quantum physics. All right, so let's get into it. We're going to talk about something that I know sounds like it's a million miles away from the markets, but I promise you, it's absolutely central to your success as a trader. We're talking about the observer effect. And this isn't just some weird physics concept. It is a fundamental principle of high performance. It's what separates the pros from everyone else. So, what is the observer effect? At its core, it's just this. The mere act of watching something changes it. That's it. And look, this isn't some new age philosophy. It is a hard, documented principle in physics, and it was proven by one of the most mind-bending experiments ever done. Okay, so check this out. This is the double-slit experiment. When scientists just let particles do their thing, completely unobserved, they act like a total mess, a chaotic, unpredictable wave. But, and this is the crazy part, the instant an observer is introduced, the second they're being watched, bam, they stop being a wave and collapse into a single, predictable point. The observation itself literally creates order out of chaos. Think about that. So, what in the world does this have to do with your P&L? Oh, just about everything. Because you are exactly like those particles. Your trading behavior, your discipline, your decision-making, it all changes dramatically the moment it's put under observation. You are the variable that matters most in your entire trading system. And this is the absolute key. It's not the method. It is always the observer using the method. I mean, think about it. You can give 100 different traders the exact same proven, profitable strategy, and you know what you'll get? 100 different results every single time. Why? Because it was never just about the rules on the page. It's about the emotional state, the discipline, the awareness of the person clicking the mouse. It's always about the observer. So, this really forces us to ask, which trader are you? Seriously, are you the NPC trader? The one just running on autopilot? Reacting to the market based on old programming, fear, greed, bad habits, maybe even past trauma? Or are you the observer trader? The one who operates with conscious, deliberate awareness right here in the present moment? Your honest answer to that question, well, that's what defines your P&L. Now, the good news here, the really good news, is that this isn't a life sentence. You can absolutely make a conscious shift from being the NPC to becoming the observer. It's not a personality trait, it's a skill. And just like any other skill, it can be developed. It just takes the right tools and, you guessed it, consistent practice. So how do we do it? Here are 3 incredibly powerful techniques to start building that skill today. And listen, these are not complicated theories. These are simple, actionable steps you can take to build that muscle of self-awareness. We're going to talk about 3 things: recording yourself, journaling your pillars, and meditating to observe. All right, let's get practical. How do we actually apply this stuff? First, record yourself. And I mean literally set up a camera while you trade or study. This simple knowledge that you're being watched enforces discipline like nothing else. Later, when you watch the playback, find the exact moment you broke a rule. What was your posture like? What was happening on your screen? The act of reviewing this forces you to confront the truth. Second, journal your pillars. And I don't just mean your trades. I mean your entire day. Did you have an argument with your spouse this morning? I guarantee you that stress is going to show up in your P&L. And third, meditate to observe. The goal here isn't to quiet your thoughts. That's a common mistake. It's to observe them. Just listen to that internal monologue without judgment. What's that script that always runs in your head right before you take a dumb revenge trade? Becoming aware of that pattern is the first step to breaking it. And that whole idea of journaling your entire day, not just your trades, That leads us straight into a foundational concept here at STO. To be a successful trader, you first have to be a successful human being. Simple as that. And that means building what we call the 4 pillars of performance. This is it, right here. This is the architecture of your life: health, wealth, heart, and soul. Now, most traders, they obsess over one thing: wealth. But here's the hard truth. You cannot compartmentalize your life. It's impossible. If your health is failing because you only got 4 hours of sleep last night, you are way, way more likely to make a stupid, impulsive, fear-based decision right at the market open. An imbalance in any one of these areas will always bleed into your trading, period. Okay, building on that holistic view, elite execution in the markets requires a balance of 2 core energies. First, you've got that masculine or doing energy. This is all the stuff you'd expect: the backtesting, the studying, structuring your plan, actually executing. It's absolutely crucial, but it's only half the equation. It has to be balanced by the feminine or allowing energy. What's that? It's the patience to literally sit on your hands and just wait. Wait for the market to give you a true A+ setup instead of forcing some garbage trade out of boredom or impatience. Real mastery? It's found in that balance. So where does this all lead? What's the ultimate takeaway here? It's simple. It's a call for radical, absolute ownership. It is time to stop being a passive character in your own story and to finally become the one who's in charge. You really need to let this one sink in. You are the director, the actor, and the scriptwriter of your own life. Think about it. You're casting every single person in your life into a role. You are writing the script, day in and day out, with your internal monologue, and you are directing the final outcome with your actions. When you truly get this on a deep level, all blame just evaporates, and all that's left is responsibility. So I'm going to ask you one last time, and I want you to be brutally honest with yourself. Are you showing up to the charts every single day like an NPC, just replaying the same old loops of fear and impulse over and over again? Or are you showing up as the observer, calm, aware, and fully conscious of the fact that your very presence changes the entire game? Because at the end of the day, if you take one thing away from this, let it be this: your awareness changes everything. It's the master key. The moment you decide to consciously observe yourself is the moment you start the real process of becoming the trader you know you can be. If you've made it this far, you're not just curious, you're serious. And that's exactly who STOA was built for. Here's the deal. We don't accept everyone. We run on an application-only system because we only work with people who are ready to operate at the next level. So if you want to stop wasting hours chasing noise and instead run a proven, documented process that gets results in less than 90 minutes a day, apply now. There are limited seats, and once they're filled, they're gone for the quarter. Click the link in the description, fill out the short application, and let's see if you're a fit. If you're watching this, my guess is you already know you should.